And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Natural Effect podcast. The Real Natch here. So, guys, make sure you go check out all the platforms. Make sure you go check us out on Twitch, YouTube, Kick, Rumble, every single platform. Every platform will be different. We also have our TikTok going as well. We're dropping daily videos and clips on there. And yeah, guys, like you've seen now, it's going to be daily content, YouTube videos dropping. Not just YouTube videos, but we'll be dropping videos on Rumble, which will be a little bit more controversial. And we will be doing girls' night once a week, and we might pump it up to twice a week. So today, guys, I'm going to be talking about the alkaline diet, why it's important, why I decided to go alkaline, and talk about my whole journey of nutrition, guys. So as you guys can see, I'm live on Instagram as well. I won't be live on Instagram for long, so guys, if you are watching it and enjoying the content, please make sure to come over to YouTube or Twitch. So on the Twitch, it will be the Real Natch Twitch, and on YouTube, it will be the Natural Effect podcast. So you can find any of the lives right there. So yeah, guys, let's get it cracking. The alkaline diet. So for you guys who know, I've been alkaline now for about 3 years. I've been vegan for almost a decade. And before I went vegan, I was on the carnivore diet. Like, I was one of these guys that used to drink unpasteurized milk, the finest butter, steaks, lamb chops, etc. Right? And yeah, I quickly found out that even if you eat organic meat and organic produce and unpasteurized milk, and even if you stay away from all the starch, that is still not optimal for the body. And I'm going to go into it why. So why I went vegan and why I went alkaline after. So the reason that I went vegan is because I used to suffer from acid reflux. I didn't feel the best version of myself. Definitely lacked some energy. Definitely was overweight as well. And lucky enough for me, I came to a path where I had people around me who gave me the right information. And from that, I became vegan. And I went vegan when I was roughly like 24 years old now, I think. So next year will be a decade since I went vegan. And so I was vegan for the first 5 years. First 6 years actually, like normal, raw vegan. So I was really strict on what I was eating, only the finest salads. I wasn't eating nothing processed or refined. And then I moved to America, right? I moved to California. And I started visiting Crossroads and going to all these places that had Beyond Meat, Impossible, tempeh, soy. And I started to indulge in it. And quickly I found out that the vegan diet can actually be even more detrimental than the carnivore, omnivore diet. So I actually felt shit on the vegan diet after a certain period of time because I was basically eating the wrong stuff, you know. And around 3 years ago now, and I always knew about the alkaline diet. I've known about it for like about 6-7 years now, doing research into Dr. Sebi, about him healing a lot of rich people and celebrities back in the day, all his teachings. So I always knew about the alkaline diet for a while, and I knew that was kind of the truth, right? Eating as raw as possible along with the alkaline diet. So, from the last 3 years, I've been alkaline. I feel amazing, the best I've ever felt. I believe that in bring the bed here, bro. Bring the bed here so you can sit down. Cause here, send it over here. Sorry guys, but Ethan's been Ethan, come here. Come here. Lay down. No, lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Stay. Sorry about that, guys, because every time he walks across the floor, it's fucking annoying and he makes sound. So yeah, known about Dr. Sebi's practices and his knowledge for a long time now. And the last 3 years, I've actually put it into practice. So I've been strict alkaline for the last 3 years. I feel the best I've ever felt, full of energy. My skin's great. I wake up super early, don't feel groggy unless I have too many dabs the night before. But I'm going to go through why alkaline diet is the truth. So, as I said, the reason I went alkaline is because I was vegan for a long period of time. I didn't feel the best, felt lethargic. The acid reflux came back from me eating Beyond, Impossible, and all the garbage, right? And this is what it is, guys. You got to remember, to perform your best, you need to be making sure that you're eating the best. Like, you can't sit there and expect to get rich and perform great or be an athlete in that department of life when you're just intaking shit. It's basically like having a Ferrari, buying a Ferrari, right? It's like buying a Ferrari. Sorry, I should be looking more at that camera. I'll keep looking at the camera on Instagram. But yeah, that camera's going to get switched off soon. But yeah, so it's like having a Ferrari, right? Buying a brand new Ferrari and putting the cheapest fuel in your Ferrari over and over and over again. What's going to happen? Your Ferrari's either going to break down or it's going to underperform. And that's just how the body is, guys. That's why a lot of people are on pharmaceutical drugs. A lot of people are not the best version of themselves in all aspects. And yeah, that's the reason why. So, thank you, Code. I appreciate you. So guys, like your body is just like a car. It's just like a supercar. If you want to be a supercar, you got to put the best fuel in it. You got to look after it. Do you get what I'm saying? You got to let the engine be on for a little bit before you go and drive it. So there's things that come with having a great body or a great car. And I always like to use the analogy of, not the analogy, but the quote of, it's either you choose the pain of discipline or you choose the pain of regret. Now, I choose the pain of discipline. Is it difficult what I do to be alkaline? Of course it's fucking difficult. There's loads of things that I miss. I miss pistachios, I miss potatoes. I even miss some of the garbage that I used to eat. But if I want to be the best version of myself and I understand that, then I've got to intake the best fuel possible. That means the right herbs, the right electric foods, and so on. So what is the alkaline diet? Ethan, come here. Or I'm going to lock him. Ethan, come here now. Come here now. Come here now. Yeah, look. Lay down there and fucking sit down. Nothing came out, did it?
Oh, no.
No? Okay, cool. Sit down, lay down. You ain't getting up from there. This guy's fucking squealing at me because he wants a fucking move. Yeah, Big E, stay. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down, or you're staying at home next time, I'm telling you, and you're going to hate it. Anyway, so what is the alkaline diet? The alkaline diet, guys, are foods that are indigenous and wild to nature. Yeah? Foods that contain carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen. So they are non-hybrid foods. Alkaline foods, if you burn them completely, the ash will be soft, and it resonates with our DNA because them foods have not been played around with, right? So that's what the alkaline diet is, eating the most indigenous and wild foods to nature. A lot of the foods that we intake this day and age, unfortunately, are hybrids that are man-made, cross-pollinated, and do not resonate with our DNA, and neither do they even naturally occur in nature. You can never find these fruits, these vegetables that are hybrids in the wild, and they won't reproduce either because a lot of them don't have seeds because they have been cross-pollinated. So yeah, eating hybrid foods causes imbalance of minerals, it causes mineral deficiency, and even the sugars from the fruits that are hybrids are not recognized by the digestive system. That's why they cause a lot of problems. That's why I made a video which is coming out tomorrow, and if you keep eating seedless fruits, then you will become sterile, and definitely not good for you. So yeah, on to the next thing. Big credit to Alfredo Bowman and Victor Bowman, who's his son. Alfredo Bowman, better known as Dr. Sebi. And for people who don't know who Dr. Sebi is, Dr. Sebi was, in my opinion, probably the greatest doctor who's ever lived. He used to cure and reverse a lot of disease for celebrities and rich people. Back in the 90s, the early 2000s, he's even done it to a lot of celebrities. Like he's worked with Michael Jackson's mum and a lot more other celebrities, which I'll mention in the future. Because I don't want to go so deep into this at one time. I want to give you guys a brief of what the diet is, why you should be on the diet, why it's the best diet to be on, and so on. And basically a little bit more information. So yeah, for you guys who don't know who Dr. Sebi is, go research him. Alfredo Bowman. He cured many diseases For example, arthritis, Alzheimer's, diabetes, HIV, AIDS, blindness, cancer, and many, many more. And for the people they're like, that sounds like bullshit. Well, you can go do your own research. He actually got taken to court by the American government. He won a case in the state of New York and the Supreme Court after providing to the judge that he did indeed cure lots of patients. They tried to do him for fraudulent claims and practicing medicine without a license, but he went to court and he fucking won. And big up Dr. Sebi for putting his time, his energy in and bringing us all the information that he's brought to us. And big up Victor Bowman, his son, for actually carrying it on and taking it to the next level, because look, there's no doubt that, Alfredo, Dr. Sebi was the man, but his son, he does tons of great work, brings in a lot of free herbs for the whole community all across America and all different countries, not just here in California. So yeah, big up Dr. Sebi and his son for sure. And in the future, guys, we have Dr. Sebi's son coming on the podcast as well. So I'm looking forward to that interview for sure. Okay, so guys, as you guys know, I don't believe in what most doctors say. Most doctors are fucking clueless when it comes to health, yeah? They are only quick to give you temporary reliefs that are never going to cure you, yeah? It's all money. The pharmaceutical industry is a fucking scam. And if 2020 didn't show you that, then I don't know what the fuck is going to wake you up. But if you're taking any pharmaceutical drugs, I don't give a fuck what disease it's for. You need to stop, because they are definitely not good for you. So most doctors, who to me are fake doctors, use artificial substances that they treat and not cure. Dr. Sebi's not there about treating. We don't give a fuck about treating. We don't care about temporary relief. We care about actually getting that real cure and getting that disease out of your body, so you never have to think about it or go through that pain ever again in your life. So I also love one of the quotes that Dr. Sebi said, which it's pretty crazy that he said this, right? Because I think it's the government that in the end that silenced him. I don't know so much about his death. I did hear a lot about, him being taken out by the government, but I won't know exactly the details until I have his son on here and I can get the real answers. But the quote is, "I want to live the truth even if it kills me." And, we've seen a lot of people, not just doctors, we've seen people like Jordan Peterson, we've seen people like Tate, saying the truth, not caring what the consequences are. And that's how Dr. Sebi's lived his life as well. And I'd actually say that even though people like Tate and people like Jordan Peterson have woken up a lot of young men, I think there's nothing more powerful than teaching the youth and just humanity in general about optimal diet. Because with an optimal diet, you can perform your best, you can escape the matrix, yeah? You won't need to rely on pharmaceutical drugs. And what comes along with having an optimal diet like the Alkaline Diet is once you start incorporating the diet and the nutrition into your life, you start incorporating the herbs, the deep breathing techniques, the ice baths, the saunas, the lymphatic massages, and everything that's basically optimal for the body. So as you got and the thing is as well, yeah, how many times do you really hear about the Alkaline Diet on Instagram or any social medias or on the news or anything like that? And even the times that I do hear about it, there is total fraud information about the diet. Like they'll have foods in the diet, like carrots, that are not even part of the Alkaline Diet. They won't be mentioning Dr. Sebi. They'll be mentioning a whole different doctor who's spewing out absolute shit. So so many diets around, but the truth is always silenced and suppressed. And guys, I know a lot of you guys don't feel the vegan diet. I know a lot of you guys think it makes a lot of men soft, which I actually agree with. I have a lot of videos coming out. Majority of vegans, especially the ones that eat soy, are soft and very feminine compared to the other vegans I know. It happens to be that the most masculine guys I know tend to always either be raw or alkaline. And that's because they're not consuming soy. And I'd actually say that we eat no soy and carnivores actually eat soy. So even the guys who are watching, the girls who are watching, the people coming out with the term soy boy, I'm not being funny, but a lot of you guys eat more soy than raw vegans and alkaline vegans because we don't eat it at all. So yeah, back to diets. You know, we've heard of the carnivore diet, we've heard of the vegan diet, the Atkins diet, the pescatarian diet, the vegetarian diet, the ketogenic diet. This is everywhere, across everywhere you look. And it's funny to me because a lot of the people that come out and said, you know, the carnivore's a right diet, you just need to eat steaks and with butter and, you know, unpasteurized milk. I'm not being funny, but none of that diet has cured anyone. And I still see it everywhere I look. Everywhere I go on TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, Kick, Rumble, I see tons of people talking about the alkaline diet. Even people like Liver King, people like Carnivore MD, who, in my opinion, Carnivore MD looks like shit. Like, you know, he's slim, he doesn't have that much of a bad physique, but his skin does not glow, yeah? He has discoloration in his skin. Like, he is not like what I would call what looks like an optimal guy. And for all the people that send me a lot of quotes and a lot of information from him, I can also send you guys who are raw vegan, who are in the 70s and 80s, who look younger than he does. And he's only 45 years old. And for the people that say you can't build muscle, I actually have vegan friends. Okay, some of them eat soy, who have pictures with Carnivore MD and make him look like a twig. So yeah, back to the diet. Guys, you do not hear about the alkaline diet in many places. And that's why I believe it's the truth. Going back to nature as much as possible is definitely always the truth. Everything, you know, everything from the diet to like the LGBT stuff to like being moral and not talking about your friends. Like, everything that's godly is always suppressed. They want you to be the weakest version of yourself in all aspects. And I always say, from the moment that you exit the womb, you are a war against the government and society. And that's the truth, man. So yeah, all disease comes from mucus and blockages in the body. When you eat acidic foods, the body converts it into mucus, and the mucus breaks down the mucous membrane. Guys, all disease is mucus and blockages, whether it's cancer, diabetes, hepatitis, lupus, Crohn's disease, every single cancer, every single disease in the world is actually a reaction to blockages and mucus in the body. And every disease can be reversed with the right practices, like nutrition, like herbs, like fasting, you know? And I'm going to go a little bit more deep into that. So, like I said as well before, meat and starch is detrimental and does not cure disease. No one ever cured disease by having raw steaks and butter and raw milk. It's just the honest truth. We are electric beings that thrive on electric foods that are made by electromagnetic sources, which is the sun. The sun is electromagnetic source. We've proven that by now, yeah? If you still think it's a fire on a rock, you've been fucking disinformed, yeah? Go do your real research. That's why they want to cut out the sun from us. You could even go do your research that the fruits and the vegetables that get the most sun and live on the equator, are grown on the equator, grow the biggest, thrive, yeah? We thrive under the sun. That's why they do cloud seeding. That's why they do chemtrails, which is time for, I've got a video on that coming out soon, but that's another complete conversation. So yeah, guys, as I said again, we are electric beings that thrive on electric foods from electromagnetic sources. And if you don't think that, then you're fucking confused. And you need to go out there and, you know, maybe do some mushrooms, find God, meditate, and really find the truth, man. Because I'm telling you the truth. The very thing that the government are trying to hide, the sun, like I said. So yeah, the key to optimal health for me is alkaline foods, fasting, and the correct herbs, along of course with the other practices, which I'm not going to mention the other practices today. We don't have that much time, and I'm going to save up, you know, I've got so many videos coming on all different types of elevation. And you know, I'm talking about nutrition today, but next time it will be practices outside nutrition. And I'll also be going into business, like real estate, crypto, how to start a business from zero, branding, and so on. And I also have specialists on here with me, which I'm a specialist myself, but I'll also have more voices on here, so you guys can get different opinions and aspects. So guys, go research iron fluorine. Iron fluorine you get from certain plants. Like, I'm just going to name a few of them, but there's actually loads of plants that you can get iron fluorine from. Iron fluorine creates electricity in the body and the mind. And when you have high levels of iron fluorine, you cannot be touched. Yeah. During the 2020 cold, my ex-girlfriend had the 2020 cold. She lived with me for 2 weeks. She lived with me in general, but I was with her for 2 weeks while she was sick. We had sex. We did everything. We were like sharing food. Never got sick. I went everywhere. Never wore a mask. You know, masks are detrimental for your health again. And never was I ever sick from anything. Yeah. So, and that's because I have higher levels of iron fluorine in me. That's one of the reasons I definitely know I'm powerful. And that comes from certain plants like yellow dock, valerian root, dandelion, burdock root, blue vervain, sarsaparilla root, guaco, and so many more. Which again, in the future, I will be making a video where we'll be talking about just the herbs. And like I said before, it supplies the brain and the body with electricity. And when you have high levels of electricity, you're going to thrive because we are electric beings. Yeah. These are the things that we're not taught in school, guys. They're never going to teach you in school how to be rich and how to escape the matrix. They're never going to teach you what foods to eat and what herbs to eat, so you can thrive and be more energetic, have a better physique and perform better in life. They just want you to be the weakest version of yourself. And we know that now because everywhere you look around you, whether it be TV, shops, everywhere, what do you see? You see tobacco, fast food, adult content. Like, everything is there to make us weaker, man. And guys, everyone who's watching on the Instagram, I'm going to cut off the Instagram video right now. And yeah, guys, if you want to come and see the rest of the video, make sure you come over to YouTube or Twitch. And yeah, catch me there. Guys, all my Instagram guys, have a good one. And if you guys want to come and get this real information, then you know where to come to. Have a good one, guys. Okay, back to the Natureholics. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to go through the foods that we can eat, right? Because I've got lists here. Because, you know, there's so many different Dr. Sebi lists everywhere. And there's a lot of confusion about what foods we can eat, what foods we can't eat. So I've written down, like, you know, I spent hours doing this, guys. And I've written down all the foods that we can eat. I'm going to go through some of the foods that are very powerful on this. And I'm also going to go through the foods that you need to stay away from. And I'm also going to be talking about recipes that I'm going to be bringing out in the future, which I understand, you know, if you guys are going to go into a new diet, you know, the alkaline diet, I do want you guys to give it a try. Give it a try for a month, man. Give it a try for 2 weeks. If you feel better and you feel more energetic and you're performing better, you smell better, you're fucking your girl better, your date better, then why the fuck would you go back to being like the lesser version of you? Why would you go back to being the mediocre version of you? Just doesn't make sense, man. We're here to become the best version of ourselves. So yeah, guys, I'm going to go through all the things that we can eat, yeah? So I'm going to start off with amaranth greens, avocado, great way of getting your natural fats in avocados. Asparagus, which asparagus is a funny one because you have a lot of alkaline people saying that asparagus is not alkaline. But from my understanding and my research is if you get wild organic asparagus, it's fine, yeah? Bell peppers, chayote, cucumber, cucumber, again, great way of hydrating. Make sure you're getting cucumber, like the cucumbers with the seeds in them, not black seeds, but like the white seeds. Dandelion greens, garbanzo beans, which my Europeans, you guys will also know them as chickpeas. Green banana, the cactus flower as well. So the flower that we actually get, it's called napole. So it's the Mexican cactus that we actually get the prickly pears off. The actual cactus itself, you can actually chop off all the thorns and cook the cactus itself, and it's great for us. And that naturally grows in California as well. Kale and lettuce, kale and all lettuce apart from iceberg. Iceberg lettuce is a hybrid. Mushrooms, all mushrooms except from shiitake. Mushrooms are a great source of vitamin D. Apart from the sun, the only other source of vitamin D you can get is from mushrooms. There's tons of amazing mushrooms on there. And I've got a video coming out where I'll do a list of all the great mushrooms that we can eat and how you can cook them to make them taste like different meats. And yeah, definitely intake lots of mushrooms, mustard greens, okra, olives, onions, even spring onions and shallots as well. Poke salad, sea vegetables like wakame, dulce, arame, nori, and even things like bladderwrack and sea moss. Guys, make sure you're intaking your sea moss, honestly. If it's 2023 and you're not taking fucking sea moss every day, then fucking I don't know what the fuck you're doing with yourself. 92 minerals out of 102 minerals that your body needs. Like, bro, I wake up every single day with still, yeah, because of sea moss. I'm fucking telling you, bro. I can fuck probably 5 girls, one after the other, and probably ejaculate as well and keep going because of sea moss. I'm fucking telling you. That's natural fucking Viagra right there. Go get yourself sea moss. Don't just take it because it's good for the bedroom. But sea moss rejuvenates your body, you know, updates all the minerals in your body, man. And I definitely live by sea moss. The first thing I put in my body every morning is my iron fluoride tea and my sea moss. Next, squash. There's so many different types of squashes, you know. So squash is definitely something I intake, especially someone who misses potatoes. You know, I used to love roasted potatoes. Now I eat roasted squash. I love to cut up a butternut squash, put a little bit of avocado oil on it, a little bit of thyme, a little bit of oregano, onion powder, a little bit of sea salt, bang in the oven, bang, 10-10. Tomatoes, or tomatoes, as you Americans like to say it, make sure you stick to only cherry and plum tomatoes, yeah? The plum tomatoes here in America, I realize that a lot of times they're called Roma tomatoes, yeah? So always when you're eating tomatoes, either cherry or plum, aka Roma tomatoes. They're the original tomatoes. So tomatillo, turnip greens, zucchini, watercress, purslane, bladderwrack, and sea moss, which I said again. Those are the vegetables, and I'm gonna go on to the fruits. So here we have apples, which, look, I'm not going to lie to you guys. A lot of the apples are hybrids now, so you've got to be careful. But if you want to get closest to the natural apple, it's the Ataheti apple. Pretty hard to find. But yeah, you can find some original strain apples from some farms. And what you notice with a lot of the original apples, they look a lot more... how can I explain it? They look a lot more natural, not so perfect like the ones you see in the stores. So yeah, bananas, stick to the burros or the baby bananas. The burros have little seeds in them. You can also cook the burro bananas to make them taste almost like plantain or like fries. Berries, all berries apart from cranberries. So yeah, I intake a lot of berries, a lot of blackberries, elderberries, raspberries, strawberries, especially wild strawberries. Like, big up Harry's berries. I love my Harry's berries. On the list here, we've got cantaloupe, cherries, currants, dates and figs, which, if you're looking, we actually grow figs in the garden. We have amazing, beautiful figs. But dates is one where a lot of people who go alkaline and raw, they say to me, bro, but how can I get bigger? How can I put on more mass? And I say to them, if you're trying to put on more mass, eat a lot of dates, eat a lot of nuts, man. Like, I guarantee you, if you eat 5-6 dates a day and, you know, 2 handfuls of nuts, there's no way you're going to be slim. Do you know what I'm saying? You're going to put on weight. And for the people that want to put on weight, I know a lot of you guys want to lose weight. So if you do want to lose weight, perhaps, you know, eat a couple or 1 date a day and try and stay away from nuts so much. Even though nuts have great properties, I find that when I intake a lot of nuts, I find it harder to cut in weight. Grapes, seeded grapes, make sure. I love indulging into seeded grapes and seeded grape juice as well. Key limes, which key limes are the smaller ones that can come with the seeds. Mangoes, all different types of mangoes. Melons, seeded again. Oranges, you want to stick to the Seville or the sour, which are the original strain of oranges. Papayas, peaches, pears, plums, prunes, raisins, which are seeded again. soft jelly coconuts, which soft jelly coconuts are the ones that they look green. You got to cut them. Like, I actually have some with me, you know. Fades, you there? Yeah. You want to grab me a green coconut from there so I can just show the people what green coconuts look like? The soft jelly ones. Ethan, come here. Come here. Ethan. Do you need the tool? Come here now. Come here. Come here. Do you need the tools? No, I don't need the tool. Just bring me the green and the soft jelly coconut. That's it. Take it out of the plastic. I don't know why they wrap it in plastic, but yeah. So guys, this is what a soft jelly coconut looks like, yeah? What I like to do is just cut with a big knife the top off. I'll stick in my tool, 2 seconds, put my straw in, lovely, amazing, man. And this right here is a real energy drink, not like that trash. For the people that haven't seen as well, I released a video talking about energy drinks. It's on my YouTube and on Rumble. Make sure you guys go check that out. So yeah, with coconut water, guys, as well, yeah? Like, look, there's levels to this, right? Majority of coconut water, for example, like Vita Coco, is trash. Do not drink Vita Coco, yeah? It's pasteurized. There's no goodness in it. Like, it's going to cause more harm to your body than more goodness, yeah? You want to have either something in the raw form like this, or if you are going to have it in a bottle, then either get Harmless. What's it called? Harmless? What's the Harmless Harvest, that's it. It's called Harmless Harvest. They have it here in America. I'm pretty sure they have it in the UK as well. And also places like Air One do unpasteurized coconut water. So yeah, guys, back to the coconut water again. If you are going to drink coconut water, make sure it's not pasteurized. Same with your juices, guys. Like, I drink lots of fruit juices. None of my fruit juices are pasteurized. The difference between what pasteurized is and the difference between it is pasteurized juices are heated up for a long period of time to make them have a longer shelf life, and it takes out all the greatness from the juice. And, you know, like I said, the ones that have been pasteurized can probably last on the shelf for months, if not sometimes up to a year. Within, like, the juices that I drink, they probably last 4 or 5 days. Talking of juices, if you live here in California, you can go to the Alchemist, gives it to you in glass, amazing, hunts down all the finest produce. So yeah, hit up the Alchemist if you want raw juices here in California. If you're not here in California, you're in Europe, I'm sure there's places around. If not, you're gonna have to go get yourself a juicer. The juices that I recommend are either the green juice, the Green Star juicer, or perhaps the pure juicer. I find the pure juicer might be better for fruits, and I think the Green Star juicer is better for greens. And next we have soursops, one of my favorite fruits. Soursops, amazing, quite hard to find, especially in Europe, but you can find them. They tend to come from places like South America or the Caribbean, places like Trinidad, Jamaica, Colombia, and places like that. Prickly pear, tamarind, which tamarind I use a lot to make sauces for when I eat cooked foods. And the last fruit on the list is cherimoya, also known as sugar apples. You guys know what cherimoya is, right? A lot of people call it custard apples or sugar apples. They taste great. Very similar taste to soursop, I'd say. Not sure if they're in the same family as them. And next, and before I forget as well, guys, onto water, yeah? Make sure you're intaking the best water possible, yeah? In Europe, I would go for something like Icelandic, probably your cheapest option, comes in piece. What's it called when the plastic is not PCB? No. BPA, sorry, fucking idiot. BPA free plastic, Icelandic. And you can also get glass bottles of Icelandic. If you're here in California, I would actually recommend, again, Icelandic or Aquapanna. Yeah, spring water, guys. Go and get your best quality spring water that you can get, yeah? Distilled water, if you're trying to do a detox, distilled water is fine. But if you're healthy and you've been on an alkaline diet for a while and you feel like you've been detoxed and you live a clean lifestyle and a clean diet, then I would not recommend in having distilled water every day, because you're just going to get rid of all your minerals. Especially someone like me, like I do a lot of fasts. So if I was doing a lot of fasts and drinking distilled water, I would definitely be depleting myself of all the minerals I have in my body. So definitely find yourself the best quality spring water and start drinking that. If you are going to go on a detox, you can incorporate distilled water. And guys, stay away from this alkaline water. It's a big scam. I've seen a lot of people pushing in a lot of shops in California, pushing and selling alkaline water, which is basically filtered tap water with added shit in it to make it alkaline. That is not real water. Like real water comes from earth, comes from the spring, comes from nature. So guys, we're going to go on to natural herbal teas, the herbs and spices, the grains. So first of all, I'm going to go through the herbs and spices and the teas that you can make. So with the teas you can make, you can have all different types of teas with all these different types of herbs, right? So you can have allspice, anisette, chamomile, cloves, fennel, ginger, lemongrass, raspberry, basil, bay leaf, cilantro, also known as coriander in Europe, dill, marjoram, oregano, savory sweet basil, tarragon, thyme, any ones that I'm missing? Some other powerful herbs that I'm going to mention is pau pereira, pau d'arco, like I said before, things like sarsaparilla root, burdock root, elderberry. So there's so many. Mullein. I always talk about mullein for us guys because, you know, if you have if you're smoking a lot, you're dabbing a lot, you're definitely gonna have to take in mullein. You know, mullein's great for the lungs, revitalizes the lungs, and yeah, guys, make sure you go research into that. I will be putting up a list on I'm building up a Patreon right now, and I will be putting all these lists in there so you guys can really go back and see in there. I've also got written down here is chaga. For the people that drink a lot of coffee, try chaga, man. Gives you tons of energy, tastes like coffee. It's like coffee without the poison and all the greatness. So it's a chaga mushroom. It looks like almost like a rock. You let it soak and simmer for hours, and then you just put it away. And big up Vegan Hood back in Miami. When I was there in Florida, man, they had the best chaga mushroom coffee. Oh my days, I was addicted to it. So yeah, back to the things that you can use in foods as well. You can use cayenne, you can use thyme, oregano, tarragon, dill, onion powder, sage, and salt. If you're going to use salt, which I do eat a lot of salt, you know, especially if you work out a lot, make sure you eat sea salt. None of this Himalayan bullshit, none of this table sea salt. Make sure it's real sea salt, just sea salt and nothing else. And onto alkaline grains, guys: amaranth, fonio, kamut, quinoa, rye, spelt, teff, and wild rice. So I named you all the grains. Fonio for me is the most powerful grain out of all those, you know. Great again for your iron. So many great properties in it. Quinoa, again, I love eating quinoa. And out of all those grains as well that I mentioned, you can actually make some clean breads out of those. So if you make sure that none of it's been fermented and you just use the flour and the water, you can actually create great bread from those as well. So yeah, on to the next. We have the sweet flavors, the nuts, seeds and butters, and the oils that you can use. And then yeah, after that I'll be talking about juicing a little bit. Now at 7 o'clock Pacific. Is it 3 a.m. for you guys? No. I think I'm gonna have girls' night with Alkaline Diet. So here and a few other spicy flavors that you can use. You can use habanero powder and syrup. So yeah, the sweet flavors that you can put in to make your thing sweeter are date syrup, date sugar, and pure agave syrup from cactus. Also nuts, seeds and butters. We have raw sesame seeds, tahini butter, walnuts, hemp, and Brazil nuts. Like I said, I don't eat that many nuts because I'm trying to cut weight at the moment. I'm trying to get super ripped. But if you're trying to add weight, then, you know, incorporate more nuts and more dates. And yeah, Brazil nuts and walnuts definitely have lots of fatty content. Also, walnuts are great for the brain. That's why they look like the brain. If you put 2 walnuts together, it looks identical to a brain. And try and get your walnuts unshelled, so they don't come from a factory where they've been messed around with. And yeah, like I said before, regarding the sea salt, make sure you're using pure sea salt, or if you're not going to use pure sea salt, you use powdered seaweed, things like kelp, dolce, nori, bladderwrack, which you can get powdered version of those, which gives it, you know, a salty flavor. But at the same time, I'm not the biggest fan, if you want me to be honest, because it gives it a little bit of a fishy taste as well. I prefer just to stick to sea salt. And here we have oils, which is very an important one, because a lot of people, especially even the carnivores, you guys use the cheapest oils, man. Canola, peanut, vegetable oils. These oils, bro, fuck, man. These oils are literally like they are cancer in a bottle, bro. You need to stop taking cheap oils, man. Especially the vegans out there. All the vegans that turn around and say that soy is good, they tend to eat cheap oils as well. And yeah, man, stay away from the cheap oils for sure. So if you are going to cook, the number 1 oil to cook with would be avocado oil. Second would be grapeseed oil. I tend to stay away from seeded oils in general. If I'm ever going to use a seeded oil, it would be grapeseed, not rapeseed, grapeseed. However, in the last 6 months, I haven't really used grapeseed for anything, and I use avocado oil for everything that I cook in. You can also use hemp seed oil, sesame oil. Try and not raise those to a high heat though. And you can also use for raw foods, you can use olive oil and coconut oil. I use a lot of olive oil, just make sure it's cold pressed, extra virgin, organic. And the same with the coconut oil. You can use those things in more salads and incorporate them in things like that. So yeah, guys, that's the list of the foods that you can have. I'm going to talk about juices here as well. So fruit juices, guys, this is what you need to realize, yeah? Fasting is one of the keys to reversing disease and being the best version of yourself. When you fast, yeah, and you eat less and you have more liquids in your body, it creates more mass in your body. When you create more mass in your body, it creates more blood flow, more flow of electricity, and therefore you perform better, yeah? The fruit juices that I tend to drink when I am doing my liquid fast, or when I'm fasting in general, when I want to break my fast, are watermelon, seeded of course, prickly pear, berries, real coconut water, soursop, tamarind, sour orange, key limes, cherries, seeded grapes, apples, and melons. You know, melons, things like honeydew, things like cantaloupe, and so on. So yeah, they're the fruit juices that I tend to stick to. I also do tons of broths, so getting a bunch of alkaline vegetables together, putting it under warm water for a long time and just letting it heat up and collecting that liquid and putting it away in your fridge and just drinking the broth as well. Also tonics of different herbal tea, herbs that are strong for you. Hydrate with water, of course, teas like we mentioned, and yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I will go deeper into fasting in the future. I thought I'll just give you guys, not a brief, you know, we went pretty deep here. And yeah, guys, I gave you guys a description of what the alkaline diet is, why I went alkaline, why I think you guys should try and become alkaline. And yeah, guys, for everyone who's listening, who's going to give it a try, let me know. Go alkaline for 2-3 weeks. Make sure you're doing it properly. Make sure you're eating enough, having your right herbs, you know, incorporating the sea moss, incorporating the right things. And tell me how you feel, man. If you feel like shit, come back to me, DM me. I'll be happy to like even have a one-on-one talk with you guys. Like, look, stuff about nutrition, I've got time for. Even when it comes to like finances and stuff like that. People are gonna ask me for herbs and like, you know, smoke and dumb questions like that. Right now, I don't have much answers for that. That's why I'm trying to get people to reach out to the team when you want product. So yeah, how many people we got in here right now? 17. Okay, cool. Guys, there should be fucking more of you guys in here. There should be more of you guys in here. And I'll tell you why. Because I know a lot of you guys are probably watching streams where the guy's talking about the same old shit strains that he talks about. Talking about smoking weed, garbage talk. Which, look, guys, I'm going to be giving you guys entertainment streams. But I'm here to make you guys the best version of yourselves. A lot of streamers, a lot of YouTubers, a lot of the people out there, like even in the alt industry, guys, they have no information. They are giving you no value back. Like, what the fuck is a fucking review of Doja packs or fucking some Skittles really gonna fucking do for you? Yeah? What the fuck is it gonna do for you apart from giving you a little bit of information on the herb and giving you a little bit of entertainment? Guys, log into these streams. They will be daily. I'll be talking about loads of different things, like I said, whether it be dating, music, nostalgic stuff, real estate, making money, crypto, fucking even building up brands in the cannabis industry, building up brands outside the cannabis industry, starting over as a man, how to avoid taxes in business, and so on. So yeah, guys, like, make sure you're tuning in every single fucking day. I expect the numbers to go up. Yeah, I've also got loads of dating content coming out where, like I said, we're going to do it once a week, but in the end, it'll be twice a week where we'll be talking with ladies and basically keeping them accountable, proving to you guys that you need to become the best version of yourself in order to have your way with women. Otherwise, they will disrespect you, they will treat you like shit, and you won't have many options. Yeah, and then in the long run, you might become bitter, more emotional. Don't want you guys to be like that. I want you guys to get your finances up, get your physique up, get your nutrition up, feel the best version of yourself, and go out there and keep everyone accountable. Yeah, don't accept mediocrity from no one, whether that comes in your workplace, whether that comes in your relationship with your families, your friends, women, every place possible. Yeah, so I'll just want to make you guys the best version of yourselves. And yeah, we're going to wrap it up here. I pretty much covered everything. The foods to stay away from, starchy foods, cheap oils, meats, dairy. However, I would actually say that starch, cheap oils, and hybrid vegetables are actually even worse for you than meat and dairy. And that's crazy for me to say, right? Because a lot of people probably turn around like, what the fuck? For real, bro? Yeah, bro, for real. If you ask me right now, for example, would I rather eat Impossible or would I ever rather eat a steak after a man who hasn't had a steak in 10 years? I swear to God, I'd rather eat a steak than eat Impossible. Like, I'm not fucking eating fucking Bill Gates trash food made in a lab, yeah, food that's been cross-pollinated, which I've got a video coming out tomorrow. You guys check it out. Which is some moron on YouTube called Jeff Juices, who comes out and he's like, yeah, eat sterile fruit. It's great for us. It's natural. It's just cross-pollinated in nature. Bro, shut the fuck up. Yeah, it ain't fucking natural in nature. It's cross-pollinated by humans. Wild foods cannot reproduce, and therefore they'll make us not want to reproduce. Not want to, but they'll make our bodies not able to reproduce in the long run. And yeah, guys, that's it. I'm going to wrap it up. Make sure you go check us out on Twitch, Kick, Rumble, YouTube. Check all the places. We'll be dropping loads of content on Instagram and TikTok as well. Make sure you're following us everywhere. Turn on your notifications. The team's working hard behind the scenes. So please, guys, make sure you go subscribe. Make sure you go like that video. Let's try and get these videos up in the algorithm. And yeah, man, I've got tons of great content coming for you guys in the future. Loads of interesting guests, loads of controversial talks. I'm putting my money on the line. I'm putting my information on the line. I'm putting my time on the line. So the least I can ask for from you guys is go out there, spread the videos, like the fucking videos, get people to join the lives, motivate people to come in and actually come into the lives and actually get real value in the lives rather than going into a live where it's absolute shit. Yeah, and I'm talking about, not even talking about people in the cannabis industry, because even fucking Aiden Ross, fucking Kai Sinet, Speed, bro, you can sit there having a laugh all day, but all you're doing is wasting your time. None of these guys are going to make you rich. None of these guys are going to get you pussy. None of these guys are going to teach you real values in life and how to move, yeah? So guys, like I said, go like the video, share clips, subscribe, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in about, 4 or 5 hours from now at Girls Night. Yeah, big love to all the Natureholics. Make sure you're following us on all platforms. And yeah, guys, have a good one. Take care. Big